Hey guys, we're back with more Monster Hunter Wilds. This is our first proper watch through and reaction. Not our first, but I'm joined with 26 as we actually go through it together and sort of digest and pick apart what we can see. And 26, this was a real actual trailer with actual gameplay. The teaser was nice before, but it was so short and there wasn't a lot. Like, I feel like we picked apart that trailer completely and now we got so much more to talk about, right?
Yeah, this definitely made me a lot more hyped for the game, and like it's nice to see some proper gameplay aspects, such as like the long sword, not the great sword, and all of that stuff going on. So I'm excited to really like dive into this and get going.
Well, speaking of that greatsword, I want to ask a question before we jump in, because they only showed off like a couple weapons in this, and I've dabbled in the greatsword, but I'm more about the switch axe. And to be honest, the way they were showing off some of these new moves, I'm thinking about joining the greatsword gang. But I don't know if it's the marketing, they're trickle feeding us the weapons. It seems that I might swap over. But what do you guys think? As we go through, we'll sort of find out. But
that's what happens on every single marketing like run up to a game. They release all the weapons, and then everyone's like, the latest one comes out and they're like, oh, that weapon looks so sick, that's going to be my new main. And then the next one comes out, that's my new main. So I'm going to wait until all the weapon videos drop and then make my choice.
I'll fall for it every time. Let's jump into it though, because there's some really cool stuff in this trailer. I can't wait to actually take a closer look. So first of all, we got the ship, right, 26, the old ship.
Yeah, we're in the desert, boys. Are we back? Is Jen Moran back?
We can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started. This is gonna be great.
So which one of these do you think will be do you think one of these is going to be like our handler?
I hope we find them soon.
The girl in the glasses is the handler, I think.
Ah.
The other lady is the research person.
Wait, hold on. I didn't actually catch that in the first time. Is this what did they spot there? That was something, right? That's an important. I'm
the
feeling
reflection in the eye.
I'm feeling like this was a flashback, and they saw some big monster.
They spot it on the horizon. It's like Dune.
Wait, hold on. Is there actually a reflect? I don't think there is.
There is.
There is. If there was, though, that would have been next level.
Someone pointed out that our character seems to be like fully voiced in this one as well, which is pretty cool.
What do people think about that though?
Because
I'll just pause it there a sec, because the silent protagonist is there for a reason in a lot of games, that it lets people sort of self-identify a bit easier. That's my understanding of it anyway. Like, you think of games like I think like Mass Effect did it a lot. I think like Dragon it a lot, like the BioWare games. I don't know. A fully voiced hunter is a bit different. Well, I have to see more before I make up my mind.
I like my characters fully voiced, so I'm not really like bothered by that. I'm like, yes, come on, good story, better story.
And here we can see like the ecology, like more of these herds of armadillo-looking monsters that were in the first teaser. But it looks like as well what was it called in Rise? The companion, was it Companion Quest, where one of them joined you out on a hunt? Do you remember they had that in Rise? So here we can see one of the NPCs riding with you, which maybe it's just like a single quest thing. Maybe they can come out with you into the world. I don't really know, but it's cool to see that there's a possibility there.
One of them's got big.
The quest handler is called Alma.
Alma. Oh, attacked.
Attacked.
This is like Gossarag's cousin.
Gossarag's cousin back. He does not like sharing his home and his space with his homies.
Their face is kind of nasty.
We'll make for the desert.
Oh, I love this
the slinger.
bit. I love this bit.
Do you know how happy this made me? Like, dropping that thing on Val Hazak was always so satisfying, and seeing that like dropping Hazard's back is just like a joy to me.
I absolutely love in the Val Hazak fight. That is the iconic thing that really stands out in memory. Right? And I remember it was two, right, in that Val Hazak fight. And if you got both of them and you knocked him down, your whole team could just keep. There was a whole system to it, really. When you got into with your buddies, you wanted to perfectly back to back it. You could kind of like speed up the whole hunt. But also, what's this little thing that he's like attacking on the floor? I didn't really catch exactly what it is.
That's where he grabs the rock from, right? I hope this means that like the waterfall stuff is going to be back as well. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, putting the barrel bomb at the waterfall. And wash away the Rathalos. So wait, so what's happening here? It looks like he's grabbing the rock and immediately using like at least one rock and clonks that guy in the back.
The sandstorm.
And the sandstorm's back. This was the heavily featured in the teaser.
Yeah.
But we didn't see something like that before, right? Where they're like, this. What was the? Do you remember in Monster Hunter World that area where Teostra would occasionally come out and the Diabloses would hang out and had like the
Yeah,
sand
the
pit
desert,
trap?
the desert area. The
Yeah,
Wildspire Waste, right?
Wildspire Waste. That was definitely it. So this is like, this just straight up looks like that to me, but it's like sucking in multiple of these guys. So I don't know.
What's
could
underneath?
Could there be a Diablos down there? You know what? You know what I'm saying?
So we actually know a little bit more about what happens with the environment as well. Essentially, there's like a vibrant version and a harsh version, and they like change the behaviors of the monster and like change and adapt. So I'm guessing we're seeing some of like the more harsh Gusareg now that he's in the harsh environment.
Oh right, yeah, because they're being super aggressive here.
Yeah.
So when the sandstorm rolls in, it sort of like enrages the monsters, or it puts them in some kind of alternate angry state.
Yeah, it makes the whole environment a bit more harsh to Hunter.
That's pretty cool.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
And now we got some actual gameplay. This was it.
Yeah.
We actually see the weapon moves, the gameplay, and the new monster. 2-6. What are we saying about? What are you saying about this monster?
It's a very, very long tongue. Supposedly, it's like Tetsukabra. I can't remember what the exact name is. Let me grab the name of the actual monster because he's pretty cool. Kind of looks like a Dodogama a little bit as well at the same time.
Do you know what I was going to say? This is a crossbreed, okay? This is a Dodogama and a Puke somehow did the deed, all right? And this is the result. I mean, look.
The lick.
It leaves behind like saliva on the floor as well, which maybe that's some kind of like debuff or status.
So the name of the monster, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Chattacabra? That's the name of this monster.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna wait until they actually say it in a trailer to get the correct pronunciation. I don't know though. I've said this in the previous video, but I think because it's like the first new monster revealed that looks like a proper monster because he's on his own, he's not in a horde. It's like a singular monster. Usually, when the first ones that they reveal and show off, they're like the easy mode, the beginner monsters to get you into the game, right? So I feel like it's probably not going to be a super difficult fight in terms of like the strength and the challenge of him, but it's still a pretty cool new monster. I mean, it does look like a crossbreed to me. But
I definitely like the detail
as well.
on the armor. The detail on the armor looks awesome, like on the actual monster itself, and like its like skin and shell. It's like it's got that toad-like aesthetic, which is awesome.
Maybe he can like maybe detail. Yeah. I wonder if he can camouflage.
Yeah.
It looks like you could mine ore off of his arms. Actually, wait. I've just spotted something different, right? So look at his arms here. It looks like scale and sludge, and then in this one over here, look, it's clearly got some kind of rock stuck to it.
Ah, does it harden over time then and get like stronger?
So yeah, maybe it hardens or like rock attaches to it. It's hard to tell exactly, but his arms look shiny and covered in rocks there. And then they don't here, so yeah, there's definitely some kind of mechanic to do with his arms, which is kind of cool. Oh, this 2-6, you spotted. I didn't even spot this. You spotted this in the first one. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, we broke down that teaser so much. We saw the bowgun on the side of it, and we're like, oh, it looks like there's got to be something there, you know? So I'm really glad that kind of the theory was right, that you can swap while riding. But it doesn't confirm if you can swap to all 14 weapons, or if it's only from the bowgun to another thing, or from the greatsword to another thing. It looks like you get 2, maybe. I don't know if you can pick both of them, but I'm assuming you can at least have 2 weapons and switch between them while riding. And what we can see here is a quick mount into a switch from the greatsword to the bowgun, right?
Yeah. And from the original concepts anyway, it was that the player would have a bowgun as well. So we knew from some of the concepts that this bird was going to appear, and there might be a net that we can actually use on the bird as well, which is pretty cool.
You're right, yeah, that concept art. So that concept art has been sort of almost completed now, apart from the net.
Yeah.
So that's a little foreboding. I reckon that, I gotta say, that you weren't too into it, 2-6, but was anyone into the monster catching in World and Iceborne? Because I went around with that net on every map, and I think I must have got I think I got everything. I even did the fishing. Do you remember the rare fish?
Yeah. I can't believe you did that.
But yeah, anyway, the next bit is arguably the most exciting part of the trailer because it has a bunch more gameplay showing off what I'm pretty certain is the new moves of both the Greatsword and the Bowgun.
Yeah.
Big slap, a run, a slash. This thing.
Whoa.
What I want to see that again. Like, what even is that? That's definitely a new Bowgun thing, right? I'm not a big Bowgun player.
It's just like the charge blast though. It kind of looks like a variation of that. But this part.
Oh no, you're right. It's very similar to it. Maybe has a bigger explosion. Maybe.
Yeah.
It looks cool though. I prefer the way it looks in this. My favorite Greatsword move coming up 2-6.
This is so good. This is so good. 10 out of 10. One of the best moves in Monster Hunter.
Here's my theory, right? Is that a set timer for the run slash, or is it some kind, can you hold down the button and keep running? Is it something to do with stamina? Imagine if you could just run the whole length of the monster and drag the sword like that. If you can do that,
that would be so cool.
I might be swapping to Greatsword.
Imagine if there's like a long serpent monster that you could do that on, and you're just running down the side just
imagine if it's got like part breaks all down it, and you're just part breaking as you run.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you. Sir.
Wait, you're right. This is us, right?
Yeah.
And he does talk. And this is Master Food
Hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, the old
SOS.
The old classic, the SOS. Call in the boys. Oh, and this move here now.
Yeah, holding the drawer open is awesome.
And the logo.
Go back a bit to the end, because there was a lot at the end to go through in terms of just stuff that we didn't really talk about.
I'll go back to my favorite move back here. Look, I'll go back to my
Go.
further back. I just wanted to see.
Go back to where they're actually riding on the actual mount.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Around about here, yeah.
So does he actually use a slinger back on the thing there? No, he picks up something. That's pretty cool.
While riding, it looked like he's drinking a potion. Drinking a potion.
You can use potions you can potions on your mounts.
I'm gonna be honest. That was quite the cheese in Rise. If you just hopped on your Palamute and because you would move so much faster, and obviously when you're drinking the potion unmounted, you have a really slow move speed. Or if you play like the OG games, I don't think you could move at all while doing a potion, right?
Yeah.
So
you don't know that. Yeah,
no,
it's going to be interesting. I said you don't know if it's going to be balanced or not in a different way, but we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, this guy we just glossed over this. He's just getting attacked.
He's getting jumped. I love these kind of interactions. I hope turf wars are back as well, because that was a big thing that was missing from some of the other games for me. Wait, pause there a second. You don't know the name of this monster, of the actual mount, do you?
Of the mount? No. It's Chocobo.
It's a Chocobo. Well, it's supposedly called Sacred.
Sacred?
So, yeah, Sacred.
Is that just the species, or is this is it is that the hunter's name for it? Or do we just not know?
I don't know. That's all we know at the moment. Maybe they're keeping it a sacred.
Oh, God. Oh yeah, the mounted combat there as well. So we very briefly see for a moment afterwards him do this dismount attack, right?
Yeah.
But a dismount attack isn't quite the same as mounted combat. But with the bowgun, he is shooting while remaining mounted, which I'm very interested in learning more about how mounted combat can work. I just want to point out as well for any lance mains, if you can do proper mounted combat, obviously if you have a lance.
Oh my gosh.
That's
10
gonna
out of
be
10.
insane.
Now that's my main.
Again, love the moves that are shown off there.
That counter as well, it's just awesome. Oh, actually, if you go back to where they actually do that move for the first time when they do the stance, so this whole thing where they're doing the stance is called focus mode. And I don't know exactly what it does, but it's basically like you can aim and target your moves a bit better and you can do a lot more stuff. You get access to different things.
Well, if they're giving greatsword proper counters like this, like
Yeah.
look, I think it's gotta be like greatsword, meaty chops, possible counters, run slashing. I'm not even a greatsword guy, but I don't know. I gotta wait to see other weapons, I guess. I can't
It'll
give up
be
on the switch axe.
interesting to see if the game will be so counter heavy like it was in Rise as well. Because I know a lot of people didn't like every weapon having a counter and the game being very like parry and counter focused basically because we had all those skills. So it'd be interesting to see if every weapon has a counter per se. I enjoy it
so.
personally. I love countering. You know me. I'm a parry god.
You are, and you're very good with the longsword, but
Yeah.
it was those count. I think there was a switch axe counter in was it Sunbreak that added it in? I think it
Yeah.
might have been Sunbreak that added it in, and that to me just elevated the switch axe to perfection level. I feel like it was always missing something like that, so I really hope maybe they are going down that road. But again, tell us in the comments what you guys think, because I feel like some people are precious when they change the fundamentals of the weapon too much, and adding counters can kind of do that. Oh, I just that was the douche is a meaty noise as well. They are ugly though.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the
The
voicing
lighting's
is going
back.
to be interesting.
Yeah, the only thing that was disappointing about the trailer is that they didn't show enough of the multiplayer stuff because that is what Monster Hunter's about, right? Hunting with your homies.
Well, hold on. You see the boys in the side there, look.
Well, look at the hammer! We get to see a hammer! And
Oh, yeah.
the heavy bowgun.
Wait, hold on. What armor set are they?
Is that
I'm
like
trying to figure this out off the top of my head. That looks a bit Rajangy, but obviously not.
Yeah, it
not
does
100%
definitely look
sure.
Rajangy.
And the guy's pauldrons in the back almost look a bit Basil-y with those sort of scales.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. It's too hard to say just off the top of my head, but that definitely looks like Rajang to me. But yeah, they're there. And there's a guy on the right. Look, wait, what's that on the right?
Is that
What is that?
Longsword?
It's like a single frame in the trailer. Sorry guys, I know it's really hard to see. It's like a single frame. It doesn't look. I don't know what that is.
Like from the stance, it looks like he's bringing it down like a longsword, right? It's like the
Kind of does, but it's definitely
move.
not like a long. It's definitely like a spear of some kind, which makes me think maybe insect glaive. I'm not sure anyway. We'll play it. It's like a single frame. It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely longsword move, right? Came down from the top.
It could be.
Good time.
And
good trailers.
It's
More
not new,
cutscenes.
but the logo 2.6. This has got to be like this has got to be either a flagship or the big bad elder dragon of the story of some kind. And it's got people have already broke this apart in the past, so this isn't anything too new. But it's got the head at the top, the head at the bottom, and then these rings. I'm not exactly certain what this is, but it definitely looks like a serpent on both sides. And the rings are actually little serpents as well if you look at them. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be.
Maybe those are the different locales that we can get, and there's going to be like 4 or 6 locales based on like the circles. But the fact that there's a filled-in dragon or serpent and there's a non-filled-in, there is a filled-in one, showcases like the 2 different element and like environmental changes. You know, the harsh environment and the non-harsh one. I'm guessing maybe that's what they're going for there.
So what you're saying is you're going to fight the vibrant easy mode one, and then the thing's going to roll in and it's going to go nuts. It's not all though. There's a little tidbit at the end which I was quite happy to see. Obviously 2025, that's not new, that hasn't changed, so it's the same date expected 2025, but we got this save data bonus. So I mean, if people haven't played World and Iceborne at this point, I don't really know what to say, especially if you're like, excited for Wilds. Like obviously go and play these games, but you get a little Pimpy Palico out a little bit. You get a little throwback to the Worlds and the Iceborne sort of aesthetic for the Palico. I will say these are the most basic tier looks from both the base game and the expansion, but it's a nice touch, right? Maybe I'll use it a little bit at the beginning of the game, you know. And I
It's gonna be
think
good.
that is, and then yes, and then it's the PlayStation. That was it. So I don't know. I'm hyped. I'm excited. Monster Hunter Wilds. We finally got a good chunk. We're going to be watching this a bunch more 2-6, right? And we'll have more
Yeah, we're gonna
specific
have a
details
full.
and breakdowns coming very soon, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have full detailed breakdowns and stuff, going through all the information that we know for you guys in a bit more in depth. But this was our initial reaction. I think you guys really enjoy seeing what we think of it for the first time. This is our first proper watch through. Obviously, we saw it a bit in the stream, but we're too excited looking at all the games. Now we get to sit down and kind of get our first impressions of it. So let us know if you're excited or not, or and if you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us down below, guys, and keep your eyes on the channel because there will be more detailed breakdowns and stuff coming soon. There is more to talk about, believe it or not, but it's super late here, so I think we got I think we got to wrap it up. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.